I'm Nalie and this is Vee and this is Neo and today is Vee-Day!
What up?
V, it never gets old. And he still doesn't like the joke. Today is Valentine's Day, the day where many celebrate love, and so many people are like, so cheesy. Vee-Day should be every day, including this guy who's like, we can just go on dates every day and I can just give you flowers every day. But he doesn't.
No, I strongly believe Valentine's Day or V-Day can be any day. That's where we argue.
But why V-Day is special is because V agrees once a year to finally record a video together. For those who don't know us, I thought it would be cool if maybe we introduced each other.
Okay.
If you were to introduce me, what would you say?
I would say you are a superstar, blogger, vlogger, personality, psycho, crazy fun girlfriend.
I am Nalie. This is V, serial entrepreneur, biggest geek face I know, aka smartest guy I know, who solves all my problems, especially when it comes to the tech world. Brightest, coolest, calmest soul, my partner that I've been with for over almost 6 years now, and just a really cool cat. What do you think, Neo? By the way, this whole video is completely improvised. We put the tripod against our window. This is our room. It doesn't get more intimate than that. And we invited our followers to ask us questions. We were leaving it up to Instagram this year because I think last year you interviewed me, yeah? Was that it?
We interviewed each other.
So now we're leaving it to the people. Are you going to answer everything? Are there things that you don't want to talk about?
I'm open.
You're open?
Yeah. We'll see.
Who is this guy? So we had put a sticker on Instagram asking people to ask us questions. Look at how many questions we got here. Isn't that nuts? 3/4 of these questions are you guys getting married? Do we cover that now or do we wait till the end? Let's wait till the end.
Sure, but I can touch on it now if you want.
I think we should wait till the end to keep people watching. Another thing is there's a lot of questions about intimacy and sex. Is that something you are open to speaking about or not really? I just want to make this clear right now.
I think we'll answer the questions and then decide after if it's gonna go live or not.
Let's just start from the beginning. Okay, this is a good one. Helen Grimard, do you guys argue?
I don't think we argue.
I think we argue. We don't fight, but we argue.
When was the last time you argued? We argued.
When I posted this question.
I don't remember the last time we argued.
Well,
for the most part,
okay, wait.
For the most part, if we disagree on something, it usually goes my way. And if, yeah, it does.
I'm not even sure what you're talking about. This is what I feel like is arguing. This is an argument right now. What's your definition of arguing?
If we disagree.
Exactly.
And then fight it out.
I feel like when we disagree and there's a bit of tension and then there's a bit of a debate, that to me is arguing, and that we do pretty often. But it doesn't get emotional where I hate you, I want to hit you.
She does hurt me on accident or by accident for the most part.
I think we're really good, and this is going to come up a lot because a lot of people are asking about advice and stuff, but I think we're really good at communicating. You guys know me. I just speak my mind and I pour my heart out, and he gets that on the daily where I just let him know how I feel, and if he's pissing me off, he knows that. And what I think is brilliant about our relationship and my relationship with V compared to my past relationships is that I feel like my exes, I hope they're not watching this right now, I feel like my exes were scared to confront me because I could be a little intimidating sometimes. And in my past relationships, I feel like my exes never called me out if ever I was pissing them off or if I was doing something wrong or whatever. They'd just be like, okay. And kind of back off into the bushes like Homer Simpson. But V calls me out. V calls me out hard. He tells me, he's like, you're being stupid.
Yeah, you do that for me too, though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I probably get it more so than she does. I'm always doing something wrong, apparently.
Fit coach Mandy, is Nalie the one?
She's the one.
You know who is the one?
Neo is the one.
Neo. That's why we named him Neo, because he's the one.
Yeah.
Right to Irene. Who is the anchor in your relationship?
I think we're both anchors.
I think it's a matter of who's going through the storm and holds that person.
We're both anchors.
We both anchors. Irene, I'm gonna give you your second question. Does V go for treatments with Mama Oracle too?
I don't, but I'm considering.
V and I are very different when it comes to spirituality and our beliefs.
I'm willing to try it. I'm always a skeptic when it comes to things like this. Considering all the stories Nalie tells me and what it does for her, I'm just curious. I'll give you guys an update and let you know what I really think.
Yeah, we'll vlog that.
A straight, honest review.
MTL Real Estate Girl is like, I know you guys probably get the baby kids question a lot, which we did, which we'll probably answer after. But what about a second Chihuahua? Neo, do you want a brother?
She wants a dog.
I want a baby.
She wants another dog. We live in a 2-bedroom condo, so even like for the little Chihuahua Neo, like I think it's perfect, but a second one maybe a little too much. Plus, we're both out of the house quite often.
Yeah.
And even for Neo, when he's left alone, like we feel guilty.
Do you and V want children?
I want kids.
Yeah. You'd be a phenomenal dad.
It's something we don't talk about too often just because we're not in that place right now.
That's what I always tell people. So a lot of you know, with all the treatments I'm undergoing, that can be an issue. The whole infertility aspect. The also fear of, do I even want to put my body at that risk? But what V and I are really good at is taking things one step at a time. And because we're not there yet, it's like, even say if I never had cancer, we're just living our normal lives.
We probably wouldn't have kids right now either.
We wouldn't have kids right now either because we're very focused on our careers, his business. Yes, the answer is yes. We would love to have kids. But
just not yet.
Just not yet. And Neo kind of acts as our baby right now.
He's like our training wheels to
our training wheels and
to parenthood, but I think we're getting really good at taking care of him. So
yeah, but you'd be an amazing dad.
I know. I think you'd be a good mom too.
You don't have to say that. Just Mandy LFM, I love my boyfriend way too much, and I feel like he deserves someone better because I have cancer. Then she writes, how? And I'm not sure what the question is because unfortunately Instagram cuts it off short, but I just wanted to address that comment because I feel like when I've broken down, I've said that so many times to you, where I'm just like, oh, it's so unfair, and I feel like life would just be so much easier if you just found yourself another woman and you would just live your lives and have babies and you would have your kids right now and blah, blah. I always say that, and just to acknowledge your feelings, I think that's a very, very valid feeling, and allow yourself to go there. But at the same time, don't go too deep there or don't stay there, because I've learned to be kind to myself and understand that this is just part of the journey. I feel like I am what's best for you. I know that no one else in the world will love you as much as I love you, or will take care of you as much as I will ever take care of you. And I think that together we could beat this, and this is just going to be a thing of the past, despite what, people say about metastatic breast cancer. And because I've just been surrounded with so many beautiful examples from miracle stories like Anita Morjani and her husband that are thriving today, and she's completely cancer free when she was literally flatlined. Like, check out her story, I'll link it over here. There are so many stories of people having long lasting relationships despite a stage 4 cancer diagnosis, and that's what I hold on to. And I think it's a matter of knowing that if you love that person, you are the best thing for that person.
A good relationship is a good relationship. There's going to be issues in everyone's relationship. So cancer is obviously a big problem. It holds a big weight on top of both of us. Just evaluating my relationship with you versus what I've had in the past, where we are now and how we've matured together. Cancer is an issue, and it is a part of our relationship, but it doesn't really affect our relationship. We still do everything a normal couple would do and more. I think we travel a lot, we go out to eat a lot, we party a lot, we dance a lot, we laugh a lot. Yeah, we do go to the hospital once or twice a month, but that's about it. So we're kind of going through this together, but on the relationship side, it's fucking awesome.
Instead of reading out these questions one by one because they repeat themselves, but a lot of people are like, how do you cope with your relationship having cancer and all?
I think we focus on the relationship first. And then we deal with the cancer next.
Yeah, or we live as if there is no cancer. That will solve 3/4 of your problems and the questions asked here.
I also think it's like a common goal that we have. The fact that I'm in it with you, I'm going to appointments, I have a good understanding of what's going on, and like we plan how we're gonna beat this. It's almost like we're shooting for the finish line together.
Yeah.
And like because we do that together, it solidifies the relationship and we have a great time doing that.
Beyond that, we also together plan on living our happiest, healthiest, best life. Healing happens at home, right? And making sure our home is a healthy environment, and making sure we travel and just literally live our best lives together as a main focus.
It's not really coping.
It's going beyond and living our best life together, which essentially I hope is what you guys are doing as a couple or as a person. I'm so sorry, but Kelly cracks me up. She's like, if you get married, whose last name gets taken? I vote for Augustin.
Not happening. I need this name to go far.
I always call him Neo Augustin, and he's like, it's Neo Thakrar. Nalie Thakrar.
I like it.
Nalie Augustin Thakrar. This one also repeats itself quite often because it's like the #1 known side effect for women taking hormonal therapy. How do you keep the romance alive? Hormonal therapy meds have put a damper on my sex life. And then people are like, how do you stay intimate? How do you deal with the side effects from treatment, menopause, low libido, etc.? It just repeats itself over and over again. This is a huge question, and this is something people hate speaking about. Honestly, I feel really uncomfortable talking about it already, just because like I'm 30 years old, I'm menopausal, 0 libido, and often I feel bad and I worry about like our relationship. And look at his face, and when I say that, it makes me embarrassed. It's like sex doesn't even cross my mind, and it's an effort. It takes so much effort to remind myself, oh my gosh, like maybe I should put an effort to have sex with my boyfriend once in a while.
She did last night.
In terms of how to deal, how to cope, it's an effort. Bro, did you leave? Why is the door open?
He heard us talking about sexy mouse.
Neil was like, oh, ew, my parents are talking about sex. It's a tough topic to talk about, and even V's like, I'm getting uncomfortable, but Stephanie, Saban, and I are going to cover it in the Thriver's Guide that we are launching this year. We're going to dedicate a huge chapter on that. So I kind of feel like it's easier to write about it. So stay tuned for the Thriver's Guide. So you don't want to add that part?
We'll see. A little sensitive, and I think it can be kept for the book. For people that really need it, and not so that it's out
Publicly.
super public.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good deal. But he did answer it, so this is going to be recorded for documentation purposes for the Thriver's Guide.
I've not signed off on anything yet, but yeah, we went pretty deep.
On a lighter note, what's your favorite vacation that you've taken together? Asked Stephanie Madsen, derailing my diagnosis.
This one's easy for me.
Yeah, go.
Thailand.
Yes, same.
Sure.
And we spent a whole month together, 24/7.
Yeah, I think it was like we got to get to know each other on a crazy level at that point. It was
fun too.
Yeah, it was fun. We were like in survival mode too at certain points.
But even after, to think of it, like that was in 2014.
Yeah.
So it was right after the first diagnosis, and it was just like finally, it was like we were free and we could just have fun, and we had 0 worries. We stopped working for a full month, which is unheard of in this guy's life.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And oh my God, it was just life-changing, especially the culture in Thailand too. If you've never been to Thailand, put that at the top of your list. Derailing My Diagnosis is asking, what's the scariest part of this journey for you?
There's no guaranteed outcome. I think that's the case for life in general.
Life, yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And with a stage 4 diagnosis, it can be scary because there are good chances that things can go wrong. But now, especially the way things are going and how you're handling things,
there are good chances that things
we're putting the odds back in our favor. And that's, again, going back to just being on a mission together to get to the finish line and just get through this as quickly and efficiently as possible is something we've been doing. But yeah, like from time to time, like I think about it, I'm like, this is crazy. It's stage 4 cancer. Like, that's a fucked up thing to say.
I know.
From time to time, it does cross my mind. I'm like, is this good of a time gonna be short-lived? But then I see you, and then we're back to our normal routine, and we're having a good time, and it just passes. I definitely do think about it, and especially when we hear like sad news of people that
which happened yesterday,
within the community that pass away with similar diagnoses. It's a wake-up call, for sure.
It's a big wake-up call. But then we hear a lot of miracle stories too.
Yeah, so that's what gives us hope. Plus, I don't know if everyone knows the amount of effort on your part that goes into figuring this shit out. There's so much that you do. There's so much that she does. Everything from meditation to Reiki to nutrition to growing her own wheatgrass to the endless amount of supplements to Chinese herbs. It's worth it, and it's almost become fun for you because she's growing wheatgrass. She's so excited about it, and even trying new supplements or the celery juice challenge, anything to get better. And I think because you're willing to try anything and everything to get better, it's also like, okay, we know the possibilities are, or there's no end to the amount of things that we can do.
I'm sure so many of you are watching this and you're like, oh my gosh, and it hits, and it's hitting me right now as he was talking about it. And we always think about like the end results and like, oh, is everything Nalie's trying even going to work? What's going to happen if the worst case scenario happens? Blah, 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 blah. But what I think is important, and is back to what we were saying before, it's about living right now, and right now as you see me, this is the real deal. I feel fantastic. I don't know whether or not it is actually because of the heaps and the plethora of alternative therapies and the nutrition and the herbs and the wheatgrass and the celery juice and everything that I'm trying. Regardless if it leads to that end result that we're praying for every day, it's making me feel amazing and empowered. In the medical world, when you're hit with a stage 4 diagnosis, the options are limited. When the doctor really looks at you in the face and tells you, oh, I'm sorry, well, you're incurable, but we're gonna do whatever it takes for the best quality of life for the longest times possible. And I'm like, no, that's not good enough, And doing what I do on the daily not only gives me amazing energy, makes me feel good, makes my skin glow, makes me feel empowered. And I feel like, isn't that all that everyone should be striving for? And I took the metro the other day, and I was in the metro cart, and I was just looking around, and I was feeling vibrant. My energy was vibrant. I looked like happy, and everyone around me looked miserable. Like they looked like death. And that's the realization I had, where I'm like, here I am with this stage 4 diagnosis, and I should probably be, or the world probably thinks that I'm miserable, but then everyone who has perfect health, who have their jobs and they're working their 9 to 5, and then they're living their routine every day, why is it that they look more miserable than me? You said it best, like the cancer is just one thing. Like, that's not our relationship. That's not even our life. It's not. It doesn't define our life. It doesn't define our love. It's just this one thing that's there, and we're gonna get rid of. eventually.
Yeah. It's crazy how people take life for granted.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about the Metro car and everyone just has their head down and they look sad and they're
They
tired.
look like death. Sorry.
It is a wake-up call, and I think that's why a lot of people do follow you, because they either live a life that they sort of fell into, or they've taken the path to the life they're in and they still are not completely happy.
Yeah.
And then they look at you despite a cancer diagnosis, stage 4 at that, and you're having the best time. You're traveling, you're going to the gym, and you're always smiling and laughing. Like what you see on camera is actually how she really is. And
except for when my dog is barking in the back.
yes, he does get annoying, but it's just amazing to see, because if I didn't have you in my life with that energy, I probably would be like those people you see in the Metro car.
Wow.
Because my schedule is a little more routine. I'm going to work every day and I have the same issues I have to deal with. But then when I get home, like boom, like the light just turned on.
Aww.
Yeah, and I don't know where that comes from. I think it's like hereditary because your family is very much the same way. But I do think people can work towards just realizing how lucky you are to be alive, and even being born at that.
Yeah.
Like the odds of being born, it's insane.
So slim.
Yeah.
Here we are striving for this miracle, but like really, I always say this all the time in my posts, I'm living my miracle. Like heaven is on earth. You're watching this on whatever device you have. You have everything you need to live the life you love. Arivalo, what is something you've kept hidden from each other? You hiding anything from me?
I'm not gonna tell you. Next question.
Is there any confessions?
No.
What is your favorite thing your partner does for you?
You keep the house in order.
I do. Something simple that I love that you do for me is my massages.
That's pretty much on a daily basis.
No, sometimes you say no.
It's annoying. Like I'm just chilling. I'm trying to watch a show, and then she just creeps between my legs, and she puts my hands on her shoulder and expects a 30-minute massage.
Madison 3669. What is something that the other person does that you hate?
She leaves all the lights on.
You said this in last year's video.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
try to switch it up. But yeah, okay. I
still
leave
bothers
all
me.
the lights on. Blah blah blah. Oh, I know.
I know.
Oh.
I'll be sitting on the couch.
Oh shit.
We have a huge couch, and I'll be watching like the hockey game or something. I'm sitting on the absolute edge of the couch, and she'll squeeze her weight in between the armrest and myself. Even though we have the rest of the couch,
I'm like,
she gets like, she just needs to be attached to me at all times.
I hate when you're on your phone because you enter this portal where nothing else exists. I especially hate when you're on the phone when we're out at the restaurant, because I feel like I'm someone who's always on my phone. Obviously, this is how we communicate, guys. However, you have to admit, when we're out eating, it's like one place you will never see this. It'll be in my purse, in my jacket, and I'll just be like, hey, and he'll be like, that's annoying AF.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on that too.
Oh, thank you. My breast cancer stage 4 life is asking V, how do you deal with the challenges and as well as the positive side about the Nalie persona? I guess she's asking, how do you feel about being caught on camera? And then she's like, being caught on camera out of the shower, or was that a deliberate ratings tease? When did I ever catch you out of the shower?
I don't know. Going back to like her having an issue with me on the phone at a restaurant, sometimes we'll just be on a date or we'll be just out in public grocery shopping, and then someone will stop her, and that happens pretty often. We've been on vacation in Italy and people recognize you. Most of the time people are just really excited to meet you and see you because you've either helped them or they just admire the work.
I love meeting you guys, so please don't ever stop coming and say hi to us because of this guy. No. How do you avoid going to sleep angry or upset when there's been a disagreement, whether it's small or serious? This is assuming you don't go to sleep angry or upset. I don't think we've ever done that. No. I've never slept next to you pissed. I'd wake you up.
Yeah, you're like, I had a dream, you cheated on me.
Now, the question that was asked at least 100 times. are you guys getting married?
Dun, dun, dun. Why did you do that?
Suspense.
Should I start?
I'll ask. Are we getting married?
I think eventually we'll get married.
We've been saying this in every this is our fourth video. Obviously, it's been the #1 question.
Yeah. Why is everyone so concerned?
That's what we want to know.
Like,
why do you care about it? I already feel like we're married.
I feel like we're married too.
If anything, I feel like we're a married couple. Sometimes I like to introduce you as my husband.
Yeah.
This is our child.
I call you wifey.
Yeah.
It's just how I refer to you.
However, I do really want to get married soon.
She asks me every day.
Just because
Every day.
I want people to know that I'm excited because, as you know, I'm really big on celebrations and celebrations of life. I'm like, my aunt got pregnant. It's her 3rd baby and I'm like, can I plan the gender reveal party? I feel like we're ready and I'm excited for our families to become one. And again, it's like they are already one. I'm so close to his parents and his sister, and he's so close to my parents and my brothers, and our families are one, and I just think it would be such an epic celebration for us to have. But can I get this out of you?
What?
He doesn't want to for a particular reason.
Based on our situation right now, I think it's important that we focus on getting you better first.
I think we all know that, yeah, absolutely, my health comes first. So all our efforts, our energy, and money goes towards my healing, and our time goes towards my healing. But there's a reason in particular that he fears weddings.
For me, I just don't like being the center of attention. That's probably the main reason. But also the whole concept of marriage, I question it sometimes. I don't know if there's a whole point in getting. I love the party aspect. Every reception, I DJ weddings, so I love receptions. I love the party, but just the formalities before, I think it's such an old school tradition that I don't know. I feel like is not.
He
as necessary
also
as
said
used
he'd faint.
I'd probably faint.
You know, it's really healing. It's healing to look forward to something and to get my mind off of, you know, the whole cancer diagnosis.
Planning a wedding.
Planning a wedding would be really, really good.
And then when the wedding's over,
honeymoon. Guys, I think you know, a little bit of hint, nudge, nudge, and DMs to V.
Yo, I get
doing
messages.
the job.
I got your followers hitting me up. They're sliding in my DMs. They're fucking threatening me. Better fucking propose to this girl now.
It's healing. It's healing. We'll see, guys.
We'll see.
If not, I love you anyway.
Okay, good.
That's it for your questions. We really hope you enjoyed this video. Any final words of advice? It's Valentine's Day. Anything about love, dating, relationships? What's one piece of advice you'd give our viewers?
I would say put yourself out there.
Yeah.
I have a ton of friends that are incredible human beings, but they're sort of setting themselves up first, or they think they're setting themselves up first before they're ready for a relationship. I think love can strike at any time.
If you're with someone and you're going through any kind of hardship, don't be afraid to love deeply. That's what we're here for. Don't be afraid to approach someone and tell someone you love them when you've loved them for the longest time. Don't be afraid to meet new people and give relationships a shot, especially if they don't fit your box. Don't be scared to love. And for long-lasting relationships, we've been together for 6 years, and for anyone going through hardships or illness or some crazy obstacle, focus on the relationship, on the love versus just the cancer or the problem. We're a team. What goes on in here will go on in here because he knows it. Communication is key.
Major key alert.
Major key alert. Happy Valentine's Day, happy V-Day to anyone in a relationship, in love, those who are single, whatever. I don't care. This is a day to celebrate love versus hatred or fear. I'll take it. I'll take it. Are we doing anything tonight?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please share it to anyone in need. Subscribe to my blog, my YouTube channel. Follow V, Instagram. Where else can they follow you?
That's the main spot.
Yay! Alright, see you next time. Be kind to yourself. Peace out. Mio, say bye.